we go, red light on. All right, I'm gonna get this right this time. What's up guys, Dan Crank, Brooklyn, crankomania.com, and this is the third video. First video, talked about goals, how to set them. Second video, we talked about calories, how many you need. Third video, this may be the most important one. This is about how diet, exercise, cardio, all this stuff may be making you fat. Now listen up, I've seen this over all my years of personal training. I've seen this happen time and time again. And I don't want this to happen to you, and I'm gonna explain the process. All right, now you won't understand this unless you go watch the second video. Everybody has a specific caloric maintenance. We learned that in video number 2. Everybody has a caloric maintenance. Everybody has an amount of calories that keeps them at the current body weight they're at. All right? Now, when someone first starts on their fitness weight loss journey, the first thing they decide to do is, for the most part, is exercise, all right? Now, knowing that everybody has a caloric maintenance, let's say this person, Susie, I don't know why I chose Susie, but Susie's caloric maintenance is 2,000 calories, all right? This keeps Susie at her current body weight. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna start exercising. I'm gonna exercise just a little bit every single day. Maybe a walk around the block, maybe a walk on a treadmill, some squats in the house, I don't know. She starts to do something every single day to start on her journey, which is the right thing to do. Just a little something. And that little something burns 300 calories a day. That 300 calories a day, 300 times 7 is 3,500. There's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So theoretically, she should be burning a pound of fat a week. All right? Now, quick side note. Metabolism is never static. All right? So it's never if this, then that. There's people that only dropped 100 calories from their diet and end up burning like 2 pounds of fat a week. All right? So nobody knows why metabolism goes up and down like that, at least not in detail. All right? We have ideas on why it does that. But just a few calories here and there might make a huge difference to somebody. A few hundred calories here and there might make no difference to someone. It depends. Everybody's body's different, all right? Rant over. So this person, let's just say she's burning a pound of fat a week. This brings her down to 1,700. Her body is operating off of 1,700 instead of 2,000 calories now, which is allowing her to burn a pound of fat. This woman, Susie, she feels great about herself. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit extra. I'm gonna lift harder, I'm gonna run fast, I'm gonna work a little bit harder. She starts burning an extra 300. Now stay with me on this journey because this is important. This happens to a lot of people, all right? Now, her body's operating off of 1,400. Susie's dropping weight. People are noticing. Her face is getting slimmer. Are you doing something, Susie? You look different today. She feels good about herself. And she should, because she's went from not doing anything, all right, to actually like making a change, doing something for herself. So what does Susie start to do? She starts to modify her diet. She reads all women's health, men's health, all this health shit. Finds out that quinoa and fucking avocados are the best things, and grilled chicken and broccoli. She starts eating a little bit less. Now when you modify your diet like that, not only when you modify your diet as far as eating less, but when you start eating better, you subtract a ton of calories from what it was that you were doing. I think, on average, that can drop about 600 calories from your diet. If modifications here and there, eating a little bit less and eating better foods, because better foods are more nutritionally dense as opposed to calorically dense. So that's bringing us down to about, if I got this right, yeah, 800 calories. Now she's doing all this extra exercise. She modified her diet and is eating substantially less. Her body's operating off of 800 calories. Susie does this for about 4 months. And you know what happens? She loses on average 30 to 40 pounds. She feels fantastic, and she should, because 30 to 40 pounds is a huge accomplishment for anyone at any weight. It's great. But there's something that starts to happen. The first thing, Susie celebrates, which is great, and she should, because she's lost a ton of weight. So she goes out for drinks with her girls, she parties a little bit more, because she feels like she looks a lot better in clothes, which is an amazing thing. But there's another thing that happens too. Susie gets tired. An adult woman operating off of 800 calories a day, she doesn't have enough energy to go to the gym as much as she used to. She's just exhausted. She's tired of not eating anymore. Her body's hungry. Her body's asking for food, and forcing her to eat, making things that weren't as enticing before super delicious now. She's like, oh, that cake, you have to eat that, Susie, because your body needs it. It's forcing her to do that. Little by little, Susie's weight starts creeping up, and she gains all that weight back. Every single pound back, and then some. And that's not because she started eating more and started going to the gym less. That's because Susie destroyed her metabolism. Now check this out, this is what happened. Susie dieted and exercised for so long, for 4 months, that she got her body used to operating off of 800 calories. Her body has become efficient from operating off of less fuel. So think about it like this. We have two cars. We have a Prius and we have a Mustang. The Mustang gets 10 miles a gallon. You need to fill this car up with gas constantly because it's very inefficient. We have a Toyota Prius. This Prius could go 672 miles off of 3 drops of gas. See what I'm saying? This car is very, very, very efficient. You give it a little bit and it goes far. Now, Susie's metabolism has become efficient. Even if she just started eating a little bit over 800 calories, her metabolism can go far. It's very efficient. It doesn't want to burn fat anymore. It stores it. And that's what we did. There's a bunch of different names for it. Metabolic distress. Some other doctors said the body goes through survival mode. Bottom line is your metabolism is screwed up. You got it used to eating a little bit of food. So when you eat a little bit more, you're going to gain weight. You eat a little bit more and work out less, your weight is going to skyrocket. Now, what happens is it becomes a circle. This becomes cyclical. Now that Susie gained weight again, she tries to diet through this process one more time. But this time around, she loses less weight. She loses 20 pounds this time instead of 40. Gains weight again because her body can't deal with it, and psychologically she can't, and goes through this process again. Now this time she loses 10 pounds. Susie's dieted for years. And this process continues to happen little by little. The same system that she used to lose weight 15 years ago when she was able to stay skinny is not the process that she can use now because the metabolism is destroyed. Now you're probably asking, what the hell do I do? Or probably saying to yourself, that could be me. And it could quite possibly be you, or you could quite possibly be setting yourself up for this disastrous situation. So, what you need to do is, first thing you need to do is track your food. Track what it is you're currently doing right now. All right? This is the first step. I know we did the goals and we figured out our calories. Now we got to take one step back to go 2 steps forward. You need to track what it is you're doing right now. Right now. There's tons of food tracking apps out there. I use MyFitnessPal. I love it. It's very social. We can interact. I interact with my members. You can interact with your friends. Now, when you track your food, I need you to do it for 7 days. I need you to be 100% honest with yourself. All right? Don't eat like 3 leaves of lettuce and a spoon of peanut butter and track that and say, I'm being good. Because this situation is going to occur. If you drink beer, if you eat pizza, if you go out for margaritas, if you eat your kids' pancakes, if you like Skittles or Sour Patch Kids, put them all in there. And I'm being serious. Put everything you do in there. Because if we figure out what your baseline is, what your caloric maintenance is, then we can figure out a plan on how to get you losing weight comfortably without destroying your metabolism and destroying yourself psychologically. Because diet doesn't have to be as grueling as it sounds. You don't have to die to diet, all right? It can be a very, very simple process. So your assignment, lost my train of thought. Your assignment for this video is get a food tracking app and log every single thing you do and be honest. Don't be that, don't try to like eat a little bit and then say, oh, I'm being good. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Be honest with yourself. And in the fourth video, I'll show you what to do about this situation right here. But for this video, food tracking app, food log, 7 days minimum. Stay tuned for the next video. Dan Crank, BrooklynCrankomania.com. And I hope you got some useful information from this. I'm out. Peace.